Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have entered season 2 of Getting Over the Hump by your boy Phoenix Born. I actually had the script ready, but due to a change of plans, we're still gonna talk about the same word, just gonna be a little bit different than normal, which is actually pretty funny based on today's word. So season 1, which is really the foundation of your journey. Now season 2, we're gonna start addressing a little bit more internal in terms of one's journey. So let's get started. The first word of season 2 is past, like your past or a past life. Really, all it means, gone by or elapsed in time. Now, usually when people talk about a past, they always say, oh, this person has a past. They've done so many bad things. They've made bad decisions, bad choices, which is true. You know, somebody's past can be bad. But a lot of people don't like to think that a past is good. What if this person is a really good person back then and is still continuing to be a good person? That's another way of looking at it. And it's not fair to judge somebody's past if they only done bad. It's not, because a past is a double-sided coin. There is some bad and there is some good. So for example, if your journey is to become financially wealthy, well, if you've been making good decisions financially in your past, then you can't say you're a bad person. Now, if you have been making bad financial decisions, then that's different. You know, you have been making bad decisions. But just because somebody has a past, that doesn't mean they're wrong. Because last time I checked, we're not perfect, just like myself. I have a past, both good and bad, and things gotten better overall. I've had a really crazy day today, much less the weekend. And the old version of me really was hot-headed, ill-tempered. I mean, I would just blame everybody but myself. But overall, I'm a good person based on what I do in terms of like my friends, my family, strangers, things like that, from what I've been told. So see what I mean? A past isn't just somebody's bad, there's also good. If you think about your journey and where you are, no matter if you just started already a few years in or you've already been over a decade, you have good memories and you also have bad memories. Just because you reflect on the bad memories, that doesn't mean you're a bad person now. Maybe you've worked on yourself. Maybe you've had help from others to get to where you are now. But I'm pretty sure as you reflect on your past, you've had a lot of good memories. You've made new friends. You've made new experiences. You've discovered new passions. And the past doesn't define you. Yes, what's done is done. You can't change it. But in your journey, you have a way to look forward. You have a way to tell yourself, you know what? This is my past, whether it's good or bad. But I know where I'm going now. And I have a much brighter future. I have goals and I have dreams. That's what I'm focusing on. And people, whether they like you or not, they're always going to bring up your past. And if they're really envious, they'll make sure that they try to bring you down. And you can't think about that. If people want to talk behind your back, if they want to slander your name, well, that's on them. That's not on you. You know, you're doing things for you, and that's how you should be. You should stay focusing on yourself, no matter what it is. Like I've always mentioned, whether you're in school, starting a new business, maybe trying to find a new relationship, trying to make new relationships, trying to better your network of friends, whatever it is, maybe even take care of your family even better. Everybody's journey is different and everybody has a different past. It's really gonna come down to how you overcome it. You're always gonna have those memories of the past, especially the bad ones, and they're always gonna come into you and say, man, you can never be what you wanna be because of what you did last week or 2 years ago, or what you did to this person when you backstabbed them. That's always gonna come up, but you have to remind yourself that was a different version of you. You're not that person anymore, because that person you are could never be able to handle the journey that you're in at this moment. Now you will also reflect on the good memories and you'll be happy about that. You'll say, man, I remember when I went to this country, or I was able to meet this new person. I made a whole bunch of new friends. I've traveled around the world. I traveled to another state solo. You're always gonna remember that, and you're always gonna think back like, man, I've done that before. Now I would like to do it again, or I'm gonna continue doing it because that's where my journey's headed. And that's really what you wanna think about the past. It doesn't matter in a sense of what you've done, so to speak. If you're willing to work over it, if you're trying to make sure you are a better person, then people shouldn't hinder you. People's opinion shouldn't bother you. You should be able to live the life that you want in your way. If it makes you happy, that's great. That is the whole point of your journey. If people don't want to see you happy, then you let them go and you leave them in the past. Case in point, because you're on to something better. The past is never a bad thing. It's not always going to be full of bad. A past means there's both good and bad, and you've made decisions before and you reflected and you learn on them. So that way in your new journey, you're able to go to where you want to go, no matter what it is. That's what it is. Just like myself, I used to deal with things in a horrible way. I used to blame everybody. I used to think that I never did anything wrong. And it took me time to get over that. It took me time to address my emotions and to make sure I held myself responsible for my actions. And I'm not saying you gotta blame yourself, but just recognize it. It's okay, you've done choices, you've made decisions. We all make decisions. We're not perfect, we're human. All that matters is you use your past as a guideline and as a reflection of where you're headed in terms of being better than yesterday. And that is what the past is. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of season 2. Please share it if you think anybody needs to hear it or think they can be motivated in their own journey with what I say. As always, I hope you guys have an awesome day. Stay safe, and I'll see you next Wednesday for episode 2. Take care now. Bye.